Welcome back to the Brothers Grin, everybody. I got one here. Guys, let us know if this has happened to you and what you do in this situation. A guy parked his car inches from my truck in an empty parking lot. I was at the gym early this morning and the parking lot was basically empty, only a few other cars in sight. When I came back out, there was one other vehicle in the lot and another parked next to me. He had backed into the spot, so both of our driver's side doors were facing each other. I'm not exaggerating when I say he parked extremely close. There was maybe 4 to 5 inches between our trucks. I couldn't even walk between them without folding in his driver's side mirror and mine. Even after that, there was no way I could open my door enough to get in. I ended up having to climb through my passenger side and crawled over the center console. I checked my truck after I backed out and there was no damage, honestly surprised. Before I left, I did put his driver's side mirror back. I don't know if I would have ever done that to somebody. It says, I drove back later by because the gym is close to work and his car was still parked there about 4 or 5 hours later. So either he's really a gym rat or maybe he just works there. But what would you guys do in this situation? So that's all the guy writes.
That's crazy. I constantly toy with ordering like those, like you park like an a-hole cards
Yeah.
off of Amazon and just, just right on the windowsill. Like you park like a POS and freaking, you need to learn how to, this and that. But
Yeah, the guy writes back, I've driven by, I still don't know how because there's comments in here. He said I still don't know who it is. I haven't been able to see, but I go back by there and I see the truck there occasionally. Uh it says some people though, it goes, you'd be surprised how insane some people are territorially with their parking spots when they work somewhere. So I could see that, but I couldn't imagine,
yeah,
dude.
man,
If you
that's
can't physically get into your vehicle, I'd be heated. I'd be like,
if that
you
was
know,
me and I came out to that situation, I'd have gone back into the gym and be like, you need to find out whose truck this is. Is this an employee's?
yeah,
Is this a person's?
page
You
him.
need to come out and move your truck. Bro, if I can't get into it, bro, you're gonna move your stuff.
Yeah,
And simple as that. Like, you gonna move it, bro? Sorry, I didn't make you park like that. You parked like that.
yeah. I don't think I'd
So,
be damaging anybody's vehicle or anything. I would definitely wonder. He said he wasn't parked over the line. There was plenty of space both on each side of his vehicle. I was just curious. He must. I don't know. I feel like the guy was mad at him about something. Because why would somebody just go ahead and park right on top of you? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, people are just inconsiderate. But like that, see, like, how'd he even get out of his truck if there was that little bit of room? And he, how did, like,
Maybe he
what
crawled
was
over the
his
passenger side.
rationale?
That's all
Right?
I could
But
think
if you
of
do that, then like,
at
that's
that
it.
point, right? You're like,
I wish there was more to the story or maybe photos or something like that so I could really assess because, I've been in parking spots, Winco or the grocery store or even work and stuff, and somebody's parked real close. I'm like, gosh, dang, that's hella close and stuff. But out and about, dude, oh my God. Like I was sitting in so I was this was back when I had my Dodge Dakota. And I was sitting in it at Winco getting ready to go in, and a family pulled up next to me and they got out and they hit my door. And they're kinda looking at it, and they didn't know I was in my truck because it was tinted,
yeah,
and I roll down my window, and I look out, and I'm just like and I'm looking at them, and they're looking, and then they start being like, touching, like, and I'm like, "Bro," you like, "You guys have all the room in the world, dude,
yeah.
like,
Why?
you're why? Why?"
You
But
never know. This next one here, it's a Reddit story. It says, "What are your best stories when you were in your birthday suit? Embarrassing or funny, accidentally or intentional? We've all been through stuff or had stuff go down while we've been in our birthday suits." So it wasn't the main story that grabbed me. It was the comments, and there's one comment in here. It goes, "I was in my birthday suit and sitting on the toilet during an earthquake. At first I thought, why were you in your birthday suit sitting on a toilet? Maybe it's a gym somewhere. I don't know. But it's like I was in an earthquake. The building started to shake and I had no idea what to do. I ran out fully with no clothes on and really thought to myself when I was still sitting there, I'm going to die like the guy in Jurassic Park."
dude, that would God, that would be so horrible.
Okay, and this is the other one. The other one that got me is another comment. The original story wasn't the great, but the comments were like people sharing their stories. It says, "A few summers ago, I met a gal that I had chatted with online a few times, and we decided to go up into the hills for a swim at a nice creek. We get there, it's a beautiful day, and the water's nice. I decide to go change into my swim trunks, so I go up behind some bushes to change. I slip my pants off, over my shoes. And then I pull my shirt off and I'm standing there in my birthday suit, except for my shoes. Then I toss my shirt on the ground and get ready to put on my trunks. Turns out I threw my shirt onto a wasp's nest and they were none too pleased
Oh,
about it. I started getting lit up by the wasps and just took off running towards the water, helicoptering down the hill toward the girl I just met. That helicopter part got me, dude. I was dead. It says yelling, ah,
dude.
wasps. She thought it was pretty funny. I thought standing in my birthday suit over a angry wasp nest was the stuff of nightmares. Apparently nightmares do come true.
Dude, that would be horrible. I'd be scared to get stung on my junk or something, especially if they go ham.
Could you imagine that girl? She's just in the water. She's, where's the guy I just met? He's screaming. Comes,
Just freaking out. You're like,
he just no clothes on, running, screaming at her. And she's in the water.
I don't think I've ever been in a situation. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've been naked and something crazy has happened. Thank God. Ever really. But
Yeah, I
man,
don't.
good for me.
Yeah, that's right. Thankfully, I don't think there's any times where I've been just fully declothed. I don't know. Hopefully, some people will write in, or they'll be too scared. Tell us the stories.
Well,
But
oh yeah. Tell us your getting caught in whatever situation naked story.
yeah,
Um, no, I've been in situations where the other person was like Jesse, man, when we lived together, I remember he was so hungover. I'm getting ready because we were in the townhouse, the 2-story one. And Zach and I are in the living room, I think it was, or is Noah and myself in the living room, and I get ready to go upstairs to my room. And Jesse's so hungover, he walks out butt ass naked. And I'm like, it's just right in front of me. And I'm like, what's up, bro? What you doing? He's like, and just like goes to the bathroom and then heads back still butt ass naked.
in front of the whole
And the
party.
next day I'm like, bro, you good? You came out assed out naked. And I don't know what was going on with you. He's like, I don't remember none of that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool, bro, cool.
there's been times where I've seen fools get up in the middle of a party or go to bed and they come out and pee in the corner or something. You know what I mean? You're just like, I don't know these people personally. Or growing up in Chico, frat parties and stuff like that. There'd be random
Oh
streakers running
yeah.
around acting all crazy and whatnot.
Yeah, just house parties in general and stuff. I mean, all of it, dude, crazy things. But yeah, no, as I said before, I'm just glad I never got caught in a situation where I'm naked. That would be so.
Caught
I
with your
have
pants
peed
down.
in a closet when I was drunk one time. I don't remember it, and I cleaned it up afterwards, and I felt bad. But like that happens. That was a one-off. But on a regular, like throughout my years of drinking and in my 20s and
Old
early 30s and
shenanigans.
stuff like that, that was like a rarity and stuff. So
Yeah, we'll do a different segment where it's just all the drunken stories because, oh my gosh, there's so many.
yeah, dude.
One says, my little brothers were demons when I was depressed high schooler with barely enough willpower to get out of my bed. They would stand over me, butt ass, swinging their things around, and they called it the flip-flop dance. Who would write that? There's some crazy.
That,
Yeah.
I'm we
Yeah,
slapping
this is
stuff. Get out of my face.
another earthquake. I lived in a condo complex in Southern California. There was an earthquake. I ran out of my front door butt ass naked, and all my neighbors ran out of their front doors. Not. This was a very, very embarrassing way for me to meet the neighbors.
That's hella funny. Well, I mean, we just had that 5.6 earthquake here.
Huh.
And like, I'm on the 3rd floor, dude. I ain't run out nothing. I just yelled at my girl, yo, there's an earthquake. She's like, I feel it. And I'm just sitting here on the computer doing stuff. And I ain't run out nowhere butt naked.
This other guy is like, yeah, I had my girlfriend over that she was a waitress and I was working in computing or something like that. And so we had different hours. And one day she was at the house sleeping and around noon, she heard the keys to the front door. So she ran to the front door to surprise me. And it was my mom bringing me some lunch. What a way for my mom to meet my girl.
Oh my God.
That'd be horrible. Man,
yeah.
that's funny. Get in here, get out. Make her a quick one. Till next
All right.
time,
Till
everybody.
next time.